up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's obviously been like forever and a day since I've uploaded anything on here. So woohoo, we're doing good, like 2 videos in a year. So sorry about that. I'll try to be better. I just wanted to make this a quick, not too long video, and just kind of answer some questions that I've been getting lately. I've been trying to post a lot more on social media, especially now that I have my own business. I'm a certified personal trainer and a certified fitness nutrition specialist. So I am currently offering training online, which I absolutely love, and I'm also doing private one-on-one training in person. So if you're interested in that, please send me an email. I'll link it below, and it's also linked to my Instagram. But basically, I just wanted to update you guys. So much has changed since the last time I posted on here. Moved back to Florida, for starters. James and I get married in 2.5 weeks. And what else? Yep, certified, and my hair is a lot lighter. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know. I don't know why I have it like up in my grill so much. I think I just feel kind of weird about my face today. But anyways, the video. So basically what I wanted to talk about today is my weight gain. If you look back at my last YouTube video, you can see the physique update there. And basically I put on a whole 20 pounds in this past year. Last December, I was in a calorie deficit. I went through my first cutting cycle, got down to 138 pounds, and right now I'm averaging like 158, 160. So it's quite a significant difference for me, and I've had a lot of girls, DMing me and emailing me and asking me kind of like what I'm doing right now and what the purpose behind all of this has been. So I just wanted to touch on kind of what my experience was this year. And basically what led me to be, what led me to get where I'm at now and actually start putting on weight, is basically I was in a deficit for way too long. So I had a trainer online. This is prior to me getting certified. I told him, I wanted to lose some body fat and continue building muscle. Because mind you, I was already like 2 years into my lifting journey at this point. But I just kind of wanted to see what would happen if I cut. Plus, I kept saying, a bunch of people that I look up to on social media talking about cutting, bulking, etc. So I was just curious to try it myself. So I ended up cutting. It was only supposed to be an 8-week cycle. I ended up taking it way too far, and I tried to sustain that calorie deficit, and I ended up being in a deficit for about 6 months. So December through the end of May. And it was just awful. In hindsight, I would love to go back in time, and I really wish I hadn't done that. But honestly, it's kind of why I wanted to make this video, is because I fell into a pothole. A fitness pothole. I can't talk. A fitness pothole where I kept telling myself, there's no way this is unhealthy. You're eating healthy foods, a trainer recommended it to you, you're, in the gym 5 to 6 days a week. I was so lean and shredded. And I kept getting all of this outside feedback, from people online, people at the gym. People kept telling me how great I looked and, how they wish they had my motivation and asking me for advice. And, it's hard to be honest with yourself and to really let yourself acknowledge sorry, I'm losing train of thought. But basically it kind of it became really unhealthy, and I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I feel especially the way the Instagram, the fitness side of Instagram is set up right now, it's really easy to get it twisted when you see these beautiful women and men staying lean all year long, especially when they're preaching balanced, sustainable lifestyles. But I just want to let you guys know, because I literally went through it this year. I was miserable being in a deficit for 6 months, staying lean for 6 months. I had no energy. I was always tired. I always had black circles under my eyes. You know, meal prepping's great, but not when you literally are forcing yourself to eat the same thing every single day, 7 days a week, and being so hungry that you have to go out and binge eat like 5,000 calories every couple of weeks. I mean, it just took such a toll on my body, and I was also like constantly sick. I pretty much like called out of work sick once a month, not because I was slacking off, but because my immune system was just getting so run down and so shot between working full time and all the demands that I was placing on my body at the gym. And on top of it, my adrenal system got shot. I ended up experiencing adrenal fatigue. I lost my period for several months. I think after about 3 months of being in a deficit, I stopped having my period, and that went on for about 3 or 4 months. And then ultimately, that's what led to me going into a surplus. So I stayed lean for 6 months, and then I just crashed and burned. I went on like a 2-week spree where I was just kind of like eating pretty much whatever I wanted. I was still training, but not as consistently. It was kind of like I went into vacation mode, and in a sense I kind of was on vacation. But after those 2 weeks were over, it normally would have been time for me to like jump right back into my crazy diet and my crazy training. And I just had absolutely had it. Like mentally I was shot. My body was like, please, no, don't do this. Like, please don't start meal prepping and weighing everything and only eating like the same 3 things on a daily basis. And it kind of just like brought me to my knees in a sense. Like, that's what she said. But seriously, it was like, I got mad at myself because I was like, all right, Megan, you really need to get lean again. Like, even just in those 2 weeks, a little bit of, you know, water retention, bloating, all of that, like, it made me feel terrible. And mentally, I knew I felt bad about looking not super shredded. And honestly, in hindsight, I looked absolutely fine. But it really just kind of, like I said, brought me kind of to reality, and I realized how badly my mind and body needed a break. So I decided to start doing my own research. I decided to enroll to become a personal trainer. I started looking up nutrition online, you know, the science behind cutting and bulking and being in a calorie surplus. And all I knew is I really, really needed to get my hormones back in check. It was terrifying me that I hadn't had a period in so long, and I knew that my mental health and my body image had become really skewed from being in a deficit for so long and kind of getting addicted to feeling lean, and, you know, just everything that came along from that, whether it was like comments online or, you know, just that sort of false sense of pride in something, because you can't really feel proud when you know deep down that you're being unhealthy. So flash forward, it was towards the end of June, after that little 2-week cheat, I like sat down, looked in the mirror, thought about it, and I was like, you can't jump back into this. You can't go back into a deficit. So I decided to not meal prep. I did calculate my macros and what they would be for me if I were to enter a bulk. And I kind of like went back and forth mentally between wanting to full on track my macros or to just intuitively eat. I kept trying to track, and I'd last like a couple days and then I would just stop. And basically I just started intuitively eating. And it was really, really hard seeing the number on the scale go up. I mean, honestly, in the past couple of months, I've ripped like 2 pairs of yoga pants. My jeans are like super duper tight now. They still fit. They haven't broken yet, but it's like I've been pushing those bad boys to the absolute limit. And it's been really hard to adjust to being bigger, because 20 pounds might not sound like a lot to people, but it is. Like, it is and it isn't. But honestly, my biggest takeaways have seriously been, 1, I'm so glad that I did this. hands down, the pros outweigh the cons. So the cons, for those of you that have been asking me, about bulking, the cons are, of course, feeling uncomfortable, especially at first, very, very strange to go from like, all right, being in diet mode to adjusting to eating more. I mean, for me, that was like the easiest part. I love food, but adjusting to that and also just feeling your clothes fit tighter, and just altogether looking different. As women, it's, kind of crazy to think about, purposely gaining weight, no matter what size you are, no matter how old you are. It's really tough to wrap your head around. And for me, it was way tougher to wrap my head around eating in a surplus and gaining weight purposely than it was for me to wrap my head around, all right, you're just going to eat 5 small meals a day and you're going to lose body fat. So that, as a woman, as you guys can imagine, and I'm sure some of you know, it was just, I had to do a mental flip and I had to really lean into that discomfort. And I'm glad that I did. I posted several times on Instagram about how I was going to like end my bulking phase. And I can honestly tell you, every single time I meant it in my heart of hearts, and I wasn't being dishonest or anything, but I never ended up going back on a diet. I never ended up really counting my macros. And basically, as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm still, every day is different. I mean, overall, I'm pretty much like on maintenance calories, I believe. I tapered it down a little bit, but I'm not tracking, still in a surplus or maintenance, whatever you want to call it. I'm not tracking, I'm not worried. I'm intuitively eating and I'm making mostly healthy choices. And to me, that's true balance. And it's been really difficult for me to accept that my body is comfortable being heavier. Sometimes I look at old pictures and I really do miss being like nice and lean. But then I look at myself now and I realize I still look great and my hormones are back on track. My strength is like tripled. When I ended my, cutting or calorie deficit cycle, I could only hip thrust 95 pounds for 10 reps. Today, I hip thrusted 225 for 10 reps, and my max on that has gone up to like 335, and just all of my lifts in general have become a lot stronger. So for me, it's been extremely empowering to basically heal my body from the inside out, get my hormones back on track, and start realizing it's okay to gain weight, to lose weight. What really matters though is that we're doing it for the right reasons, and that we're taking care of ourselves. And even though I've put on some weight, I personally love the way I look, and I don't think I've ever looked better. And I feel like that just comes from the inside out, knowing that I'm doing myself a service physically and I'm taking care of myself and I'm nourishing my body and seeing myself get stronger. I really feel like I've changed my body composition, not just in the sense of obviously gaining fat and a surplus, but I really feel like I've built a ton of muscle and just, gotten those nice curves going on. Not that I didn't have any before, but I really feel like it's been real good. So basically, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Social media is crazy and it's really easy to compare yourself to other people, especially when you see, like I said, people staying lean all year long. But I just want to go ahead and just tell you guys, trust me, I went down that rabbit hole. I got so sick. And honestly, nothing was ever good enough. It didn't matter how many comments I got or how many people at the gym asked me if I was competing. It honestly left me empty at the end of the day. Not only was my stomach literally empty because I was fucking starving, but it brought me no sincere sense of pride. Now I have so much pride. I'm so confident. My workouts are great and I feel so much better. So if you need any help, whether you're just dealing with self-esteem, body image issues, or if you're wondering about your diet, I'd love to offer my 2 cents. And like I said, I am offering personal training. Basically, the way it works, if you email me, I send you a form to fill out. It's a questionnaire. I get to know you, your goals, how many days a week you're able to train, your training history, if you have any injuries, it covers everything that I could possibly think of. That way I get to know you. And then based off of that, I do a totally custom workout program split. And then that also comes, of course, with nutritional guidance from me. I'll give you your own personal macros and, offer check-ins as much as you need. And right now I'm doing that for only $30 a month. And yes, you can go month to month. So like I said, I will put my email down below and I guess wrap this up. Sorry if it was kind of just a ramble. And I know there wasn't any science in here. If you would like to talk about the science between cutting or bulking, feel free to DM me, email me. But I just kind of wanted to keep this light, bright, and just do a little check-in with you guys. So thank you for watching. Mwah! And happy holidays.